I can't imagine what it must be like for Billy to have a completely mechanized body.
It's scary.
Huh?
I'm damn scared. I've been thinking that one day I'll become completely like this. This artificial arm doesn't have an independent power supply. It's directly linked to my nerves. Just about here, its artificial nerve cells are fused to mine, just like a real arm. To think that little by little this hardware might take over my body scares the hell out of me. But Billy, his body isn't human anymore. What happens to the soul in a body that's mechanical? Sorry, this sounds ridiculous. It's just been a while since I've seen Billy.
Not at all.
Why don't you drink up a little? You're not being fair.
I can't hold my liquor, you know.
And here I was, thinking of getting you drunk and taking advantage of you.
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
Have you ever been in an institution? Cells.
Cells.
Do they keep you in a cell? Cells.
Cells.
When you're not performing your duties, do they keep you in a little box? Cells.
This causes it. This causes it. This causes it. Information overload. All the electronics around you poisoning the airwaves.
You are listening to the High Tech Low Life podcast, a cyberpunk media retrospective. High Tech Low Life contains language and themes not suitable for all audiences, as well as spoilers for the content being covered. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome back to the High Tech Low Life podcast, everybody, with your hosts Eric and Josh. I am Eric.
I am Josh.
That's us. We are this week recapping, by popular demand of one person, 1990 anime limited series, miniseries, the AD Police.
I think I screwed up because I watched a movie where John Hamm is a policeman trying to stop Ben Affleck and Jeremy Renner from robbing banks in Boston.
That is, I know what that is, but it's not coming to mind.
That is The Town. I was making a joke about ad men, madmen, and John Hamm being a cop.
Okay, that's a long walk.
I could have alternately, and this did cross my mind a second ago, I could have alternately gone with where John Hamm gets caught by the police for stealing his rich neighbor's possessions.
No, we already have a made-up name for that. You named it, and I can't remember.
What was it? It was funny. Shit.
It was good.
It was very good.
God damn it,
that is never going to come to me. Hopefully somebody in the disco remembers it.
Anyway, we're going to do AD Police. Probably going to be a quick one. Before we do that, let's talk about the dystopia of the day. Okay, so we need to briefly discuss, what's his name?
Plattner.
Plattner's Tatner.
Graham? Is it Graham?
Graham Plattner's poor choice of body modification.
Yeah. I guess that does make it kind of cyberpunk. Boo.
Josh, I'm pretty sure I know your take on this. I'm not going to speak for you, but I will say for me personally, I'm not here for all the purity tests. I'm not here for looking for a perfect candidate. But if there is a bottom rung of the ladder, that rung is don't have a Nazi symbol tattooed on your body.
Yeah.
Currently.
I'm going to agree with you. And it's really off-putting to me that some people seem cool with it. It's like they bought stock in this guy and are just fucking ride or die. When
I will give them some grace, because I think there are people out there that are so thirsty for a politician to hang their hat on, to hope for, to someone to give them hope. You know, we're desperate for hope out here. And so you can confirmation bias your way into telling yourself everything's fine.
I mean, but also no. I mean,
I agree.
There are lines that there are lines that I think simply make you invalid as a potential candidate, and like plenty of people in the past week have said, like, okay, I totally get it. Young men are fucking dumb, especially young Marines. I mean, or young men in the armed forces. They're dumb. They do shit. So I can totally see some level of justification of, yeah, we were all shit-faced. We were in Croatia. I picked out this skull flash art on a wall, and whoops, turned out it was a Totenkopf.
I guess.
But once you realize that, like if you didn't know it beforehand, which I 100% would have been able to pick out a Totenkopf literally any time after I was, I don't know, 8.
You know the tattoo artist knew.
Certainly, but I don't want to get into Balkan politics here. It is entirely possible that the tattoo artist knew and was like, sweet.
Yeah.
But you absolutely, especially if you have said repeatedly, yeah, I'm a student of history. I read all sorts of history books. I know about history. You definitely, should have noticed that is a Nazi tattoo, and B, gotten it covered up or removed, I don't know, sometime in the past, 18 years.
So that's the thing, like, I got an ill-advised tattoo when I was a young man.
I don't know, it's pretty cool.
I like it. But here's the thing. It's the bar is so low for what I would give him a pass for real. If that tattoo was on his back, maybe even his leg, I would be like, it's easy to forget you've got something going on back there, but it's on his chest. Every day he gets out of the shower, he sees that thing and he looks at it. I've got one on my arm. I see it every day and think about the circumstances that led to me getting that tattoo.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like not heavily tattooed like he is. He's just got a couple. So I know he saw it every day and he had to think about it every day. And that's not something like, I'll get this Nazi tattoo covered up next week and just keep kicking that can down the road for 18 years.
Yeah. Especially when, I think it was Jeff mentioned on the Discord, and I've seen things about before, like there are tons of tattoo parlors who will do free cover-ups of racist tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are tons of them out there all over the place. And the other thing, which is kind of what he's claiming, is that he was ignorant of it. Okay, so not only were you ignorant of, it's not the swastika in terms of, omnipresence,
right,
in terms of representing horrible history, but it's a very notable one.
It's on the hats of every Nazi in movies.
Yeah,
ever.
It's like literally the focus of the Mitchell and Webb "Are We the Baddies" sketch. Yeah. Okay, he's ignorant, he's incredibly ignorant, which I would say would also be disqualifying. And then he apparently was in the habit of taking off his shirt in bars and stuff, like that type of guy does. So literally everybody in his life either saw that and went, yeah, he's a Nazi. Totally, yeah, fine. Or they are too scared of him.
Yeah.
To call him on it. Which I would say, that in itself is not inherently disqualifying, but it's not a good sign.
I think the bottom line, and it's interesting because right after you texted me, I was looking at TikTok, and a creator I like, a leftist creator, was not making excuses for it, but he was like, we can't be so picky about the candidates we go for. And that was kind of disappointing because in my brain, what we're trying to do here is once you boil down everything on like the left side of the spectrum, at the baseline, what you basically got is don't let the Nazis win. And if that's like kind of the core of your values, you can't pick a guy that has their symbol on his chest.
Yeah, and it's
Whether it's ironic, he could have tattooed a circle Ghostbusters cross out, even.
yeah. Well, and the cover up he got the other day is
Not great either.
let's go with a little sketch. I mean, number one, it's really bad looking.
Yeah.
He apparently just called, "What is a tattoo parlor near me?"
Yeah.
Let's get some work done. Which, okay, but also covering it up with some, some of that vaguely Celto Norse mythology shit.
Which the Nazis fucking loved.
That's also a big thing in other neo-Nazis in the Americas.
Good news, everybody. I covered up my Totenkopf with a rebel flag symbol. Good job.
Yeah.
It's not that bad, but yeah, the whole thing reeks of bad decision making, and I think is just absolutely disqualifying for office. And I understand the purity testing. I hate it too, but there's a point where it's not your purity testing. If you don't purity test it, you're just drinking poison, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it. And over the past week, I have gotten deathly ill of people. Plenty of people who, at the very least, I don't mind, and I understand that we are on the same side. Some people that I kind of like saying, well, I mean, we can't just, we can't just purity test him out of it, and then making all these excuses. Oh, he was like 20. He didn't know, et cetera, and I fundamentally disagree. Yeah, you could absolutely say that, and he could say that if he had done something about it before Wednesday.
Yeah.
It would be something if, a report came out 20 years ago, Plattner got an SS Totenkopf tattoo on his chest, and then, 5 years later, covered it up.
Yeah, I would actually be. That wouldn't bother me so much.
Yeah, that's okay. He learned from his mistakes, edgelord, whatever. And these fucking people are going on about how, well, I mean, we can't, most of young white male America are Nazis, so we can't just scare them off by saying if you have a Nazi tattoo, you shouldn't vote for us, which is wrong.
Yeah.
I never had a Nazi phase. As far as I remember, you never had a Nazi phase.
No, and we definitely had edgelord phases.
Yeah. It's not something that is true in my experience that every young man has a Nazi phase. That's insane talk.
That is insane talk. I was also willing to overlook the Blackwater stuff, even though that's a red flag as well.
Yeah.
But that's how thirsty we are.
Yeah, well, even that, you can totally spin that in a very acceptable way. He went to work for Blackwater because there's not enough support.
Yeah, he needed money
for veterans, and he needed money, and that is a good way to get money if you're a veteran.
Mm-hmm.
You can run with that. This is just insanity and idiocy.
Or stupidity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Evil or stupid, the classic question we always come back to.
Yeah. Ugh.
Well, that's probably enough on Graham Plattner. We could probably talk about it forever.
I had something else a second ago. What was it going to be?
What's it going to be?
That's helping. I'm now just picturing Ken Jeong gyrating. I mean, I think the I guess sort of big thing that's kind of dominating the media is that metaphor has officially died. It's over now. We've bulldozed part of the White House. So, I mean, I don't know. Humor is legal, but humor is also dead. So, what are we going to do about it?
Satire is impossible when you live in this world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care at all about the White House bulldozing, honestly. I get why people. No, actually, I don't get why people do. I just don't care.
There's some real fun stuff. I saw a couple of different threads and articles about architects and engineers going over what the ballroom is theoretically going to be. And
I do enjoy everyone calling it the Epstein Memorial Ballroom
Yeah.
or whatever. That's kind of funny.
and how the costs for this are something over $1,000 a square foot, which is
Good deal.
ridiculous.
Mhm.
In terms of, I'm used to square footage being equated to money in like houses, but I'm not real familiar with how it works out in terms of public buildings and stuff. But yeah, it's super ridiculous. Plus, it's got less space. Like it's all calculated based on less space than the physical footprint of the building would be involved. So a lot of people's theory is that this whole thing is to cover up, building the Führer bunker, which there was already a Führer bunker under the East Wing built in World War II. But I'm guessing this one's going to have a bunch of extra shit in it.
Yeah. Why not? You got to live in luxury when you're down there.
Yeah.
As the masses are clamoring for your head. It is hilarious. No, it's not hilarious. It's sad that all this money's being spent while, government workers are being laid off and unable to eat and working for free in some cases.
Snaps ending in like a week.
Yeah. Literal bread lines have already started off up in some places. And they're building a multi-million-dollar ballroom and getting free planes from Qatar and
buying planes for Kristi Noem.
Buying planes for Kristi Noem. You're right. Like it's gone past movie cartoon. It's gone past ancient fable levels.
Yeah, one thing that I will say is a bummer about it is the East Wing is where the White House movie theater lived.
Yeah, that's true.
And there was a really good book. I don't know. God, it must have been fucking 10 years ago, something like that. That somebody wrote, and I'm trying to look for it now, about all of the movies that all of the presidents were recorded to have seen in the White House screening room, and it's actually a really interesting bit of business.
Yeah.
What the hell was that called? I'm not going to find it.
Anything else? ICE continues to be thugs
And
secret police destroying lives.
And they are getting amusingly motherfucked on internet video every day.
Yeah. Not that I think they give a shit.
No, they don't, because I don't think most of them know how to read or know words beyond about, 5 letters.
Yeah, it's true. I hate them.
Yeah, I really wish that there was a fatal disease out there that would strike all ICE officers.
Yeah.
And that is not legally actionable.
No,
I
it's just hoping for plague.
I'm hoping for natural selection to work its way through them.
Not saying anybody should spread one. Not saying anybody should release toxic agents among them.
They are the toxic agents themselves.
They are. I hope I watch those videos. I get so fucking mad, dude.
Yeah.
And I hope that there is any justice in this world. And if this nightmare is to end, which is a coin flip, that they face some kind of justice.
Yeah, it's bad. They're bad. They know they're bad, which is why they cover their faces all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And they need to remember that once things change, secret policemen do not do well. So
that's a nice thing from history.
If you if you get out now, there's a chance you could make it, through the next step.
One way or another, the next step's coming. Like either it's going to be above board or below board, but like this is not a sustainable situation.
Oh no, not even slightly. Yeah, it's all like it's It's really pretty impressive how we are just speed running the end of a nation. Like, just,
Dude,
it's like they're doing it intentionally. I mean, if this was the opening crawl at the beginning of a movie, you'd be like, well, that's a little ridiculous.
no way it happened that fast.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of actors in media, let's talk about recommendos. Which, do you have any of those?
I have two things that I want to talk about. One of them is kind of a recommendo. The reason I have two is because they are both by friends of the podcast.
Okay.
So the first one, I watched The Long Walk. Came out, I don't know, a month or two ago.
I believe Sean was talking about that on our Blade Runner episode.
Yeah.
Or maybe I edited that out. Who knows?
Yeah, I think
he did mention it.
Directed by Francis Lawrence, who did the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Pretty good movie. Bummer.
Didn't look interesting at all to me.
I mean, it's well executed. It's a bummer. And there's what is the guy's name? The android from Alien Romulus, David Johnson, is the kind of second lead, and he gives a really, really good performance.
Cool.
But yeah,
I like good performances.
Yeah, pretty good movie. Mark Hamill is a cartoon,
neat,
intentionally. Yeah. Do you have anything?
Sort of. I haven't been watching much, but I did finish my completion of The Bear.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that show's meant to be binged. It gets a little ridiculous when you're watching it back to back to back, separated out by weeks and seasons. I think the gravitas of it can hit you better.
Yeah. Okay.
But when like every episode they're like, this is the most important thing in the world.
Yeah.
Cooking this dish in under 30 seconds is more important than life and death.
I can understand that position. Given the way that, to me, The Bear has steadily decreased in quality, I am happier with a binge because then, okay, well, I watched it. It's in the zeitgeist for a week, maybe two, and then we're done.
Yeah, I get that.
You know, it burns out fast that way.
The last season was better than the one before it. That's for sure. The one before it was awful.
That is true. I don't know. There was production drama behind that where I guess those two seasons were initially intended as one season of TV, and
it felt that way.
And then FX was like, "But wait, what if you made it two?"
Yeah.
And
well, it would be really slow and annoying.
Yeah.
That's what.
We'd have a lot of dead spots.
We'd burn our goodwill. With our viewers. But yeah, I mean, it's still really well acted with really characters you care about. So
yeah, I want IO to go on and do things that I enjoy more.
Yeah.
Like, I want nearly everybody, with the exception of Jeremy Allen White, to go on and do things that I enjoy more.
You don't like Jeremy Allen White?
I do not. I find him off-putting, and I also find, like, in everything I've ever seen him in, and also I find the character quite off-putting.
I like him. I hear the Springsteen movie sucks balls.
I cannot imagine it being good based on the fucking trailer I saw, which made me want to fucking blow my brains out and think about my entire life before I go on stage.
What's your other recommendo?
My other recommendo is the brand new Catherine Bigelow film, A House of Dynamite.
Oh, nice.
You might remember Catherine Bigelow from doing episode 3 of this show.
Yeah, she was totally on our show.
Yeah, this is no Strange Days. It's also no Point Break, Near Dark. I'm trying to think of her other movies. It's
Hurt Locker. Was that hers?
Hurt Locker was hers, which was that was a pretty good movie. This isn't great. It's about what if a nuclear missile was headed to the United States.
Okay, I saw a trailer for it. Yeah.
It's
Greta Lee's just not having a good month,
Oh wait, yeah, was that Creditly?
according to
Yeah,
Google,
yeah, I
she's in
guess
the
it was.
cast.
Yeah. Okay, the movie is kind of odd because it's split into three, or maybe it was four. One, two. Like very defined acts where you see 20 minutes of movie from like, the first act is you see 20 minutes from effectively like these two and a half viewpoints. Then that act stops. And then you see the same 20 minutes, but from a couple of other viewpoints and so on and so forth. Which, if there's one thing you want to do, like if you really want to kill momentum of your film, just go back to the exact same conclusion and second over and over again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not like I really. Catherine Bigelow is better than this. Like she's smarter than this, and like there's a lot of good people in the cast. Idris Elba is the president in a sketchy American accent. They do a weird thing where through the first two acts of the movie, it's like hiding the fact that Idris Elba is the president, except because a lot of the movie is video conferencing with a bunch of different people across the government.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do we do about this fucking nuke? And for most of the movie, he is not on video because just whatever. They made up excuses. So by the third act, when he finally actually appears, it's presented as like, hey, it's Idris Elba, when you've been hearing his voice
Right.
for 40 minutes, and everybody's like, that really sounds like fucking Stringer Bell, because his accent is exactly the same quality as it was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's an okay British guy doing American, not great. And then amusingly, there's also Jared Harris as I think he was the Secretary of Defense, doing an even worse American accent when I know he is capable of better.
These fucking immigrants taking our jobs.
Taking our goddamn job. Now that's who ICE needs to be looking at. Hollywood actors.
No, don't get put any ideas in their head, because they absolutely will. They seem pretty indiscriminate right now.
Yeah.
Well,
anyway,
that's a shame, because I love Rebecca Ferguson.
Yeah, she is the best part of the movie. Unfortunately, she's really only in the first 20 minutes.
Okay.
And it's a bummer. It's one of those things where I watch the movie and I go, man, after this and Detroit, I guess Catherine Bigelow has totally lost the fucking juice. That's too bad, because she made a handful of truly amazing films, and now
we've talked about that phenomenon before.
Yeah.
The juice losing.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, it really
I
is.
get it in sports. And I even kind of get it in music, because music trends change so fast, and if you're just unable or unwilling to adapt, you can fall behind. But filmmaking, it's strange.
Yeah, it's odd, and I don't know. Catherine Bigelow's career has been odd, partially because she a lady, and Hollywood no like that in terms of leadership.
Yeah.
So, she has to make a huge success to do anything where any average fucking male director would be given like 5 extra chances. But she really I don't know. The Hurt Locker was a pretty good movie. I wasn't, inordinately fond of it. Then she did Zero Dark 30, where I was like, yeesh. There's competence here, but I'm really not liking her choice or script choices, what she's choosing to do. And also, I don't think that movie was as well executed as Hurt Locker. And it's just been this steady downward fucking stream where she literally hasn't done anything for 8 fucking years.
Maybe she spent time with family or something. That happens too.
Yeah, that's possible.
Well, we've got to move out of Recommendos. 30 minutes. People are going to be pissed on Spotify.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah, 80 Police. That's a series we watched, and I watched with my wife, and she had a continual look of confusion and mild disgust on her face the entire time.
That's very understandable. Yeah, that's fair.
Let's do some first impressions. Mine. Sorry, Illogical Dolphin. I did not care for 80 Police.
I'm on the same page.
I had a feeling you would be.
Yeah, it's. What was that I said on the Discord? I don't know, like 2 hours of fucking cartoons, whatever. Although at least, quote marks, these are extremely sexual cartoons in very uncomfortable ways.
Very horny cartoons.
Yeah, and not in like the cool Eon Flux way.
Right. I mean, it's seemed like at times that's what they were trying for, but Eon Flux would have come after this, but they were two things going for the same idea.
Yeah, and I think this one didn't quite do it.
No.
Okay, so
I will say out of the gate, I did think the third story had some potential, had like a kind of Hatchet Man cyber psycho.
Oh, you mean potential to redo RoboCop, except RoboCop is bad? This time RoboCop's the bad guy?
Maybe that's why I thought it had potential.
I mean,
RoboCop didn't get into the whole the what is human situation as much as like just the police are bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. It is kind of RoboCop too.
It is. It is 100% RoboCop, except what if RoboCop was the antagonist rather than the protagonist?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is, as the titles bring up immediately, AD 2027. So we only got another 2 years before this is reality.
Can't wait.
Another story of Bubblegum Crisis. So I did
Should
a
we
little
have watched
research.
Bubblegum Crisis first?
I think it probably would have helped had we wanted to invest like, I don't know, 50 hours or something, because there is a lot of fucking Bubblegum Crisis.
And here's the thing about Bubblegum Crisis, which sounds ridiculous when you say it multiple times and it starts to lose its meaning. I've always wanted to watch it. I would like to cover it for this. I don't know how we're going to cover a 50-hour series on this podcast unless we break it up into manageable chunks.
And this series did not sell me on the world hard enough to make it. Actually,
the world is okay. Like if it was completely different director and writers and artists.
Okay, so first of all, I had to do some research for this about Bubblegum Crisis.
Okay.
So this is a prequel to Bubblegum Crisis, like 5 years before that series starts. So
by the way, just upfront disclaimer to the weebs in our listening audience and the people who just stumble into this episode on Spotify. We are not anime experts. We have stated over and over, we like anime, but we do not know much about it. So we're doing our best here. We're going to get stuff wrong. We do all the time. Please be nice.
And also, I want to be very clear up front, because of that one guy. Yeah, we are not watching the entire fucking series and reading every goddamn episode or every goddamn issue of the manga.
No, we're not. We just watched AD Police.
We are very clearly watching only AD Police Files, the 1990 3-part OVA.
And that's all we're talking about. Anything that happens outside of this, we are unaware of.
That is outside of our fucking purview, and we are not doing that much background research for this.
Yes.
Okay? Okay, guy?
Clear.
All right. Sorry, that was maybe the most annoying comment we have ever had.
We need to stop reading comments.
And not even a funny, annoying comment.
It's kind of funny. The mileage we've gotten out of making fun of it is funny.
That is true. You're not wrong about that. So, this takes place 5 years before AD Police, or 5 years before Bubblegum Crisis, in which Leon, the rookie officer in the first episode, and then he gets a name in the second episode, is a tertiary character in Bubblegum Crisis.
Okay, cool.
I did have to do some research and figure out why Bubblegum Crisis is called fucking Bubblegum Crisis, because
Always wondered.
that has always confused me. Turns out that the creator named it Bubblegum Crisis because they wanted to imply that things were about to burst like a bubble of chewing gum.
Okay.
And I have to assume that that's just one of those lost in translation things.
Yeah.
Because
calling something a bubble is very common parlance these days.
And bubble gum is a very different.
Yeah, I don't think of the
nuance
bubble. I
to
think
it.
of the stuff
Flavor?
that comes in a baseball card pack.
Yeah. Candy?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, the flavor. Yeah. Well, but I get it. It could be a
Yeah,
lost in translation thing, and it's a decent. And let's be real, Bubblegum Crisis. That's a name that I've never forgotten since I first heard it in 1991 or whatever.
Yeah. You're certainly right. And just the quick Wikipedia summary of Bubblegum Crisis is: the series involves the adventures of the Night Sabers, an all-female group of mercenaries who don powered exoskeletons and fight numerous problems, most frequently rogue robots. The success of the series spawned several sequel series. So, this is not the same. I mean, like, it has stuff from it, but yeah.
There's no mech suits, but there are crazed robots.
There are many crazed robots.
So, want to get into it?
I guess. So, the first episode, which I did not write down the title of, The Phantom Woman.
Nope, that's definitely not. The Phantom Woman, yeah, that's the one.
Or Voomer Madness. One thing I've noticed in doing my research is that when we hear boomer, which we will hear a lot, apparently that is a transliteration of Voomer, Voomer, sometimes.
I kind of wish they'd gone with Voomer.
Yeah, it would have felt a little different. So the story begins with a dude shooting the tits off a lady who kills men who can't satisfy her.
Right out of the gate, you're like, oh, so that's what we're watching. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, she's trying to kill him and he shoots her fucking tits off.
Yeah, he sure does.
And then we have some...
They love tearing tits off in this. That really enjoy violence against femme-looking robots.
There is a lot of very sexualized violence in this series, and I didn't enjoy it.
No, not really.
I didn't like. I mean, you can absolutely do that and do it well. I don't think this did it terribly well or compellingly. I don't know.
Trying to put my brain in like 1989 Japan. Their culture, and maybe it was shocking. Maybe the shock value was what they were going for.
I don't know. I actually thought repeatedly over the past few days since watching this the first time on, like, I don't know, Wednesday night or something, like, this series is, or not this series specifically, but this type of shit is why people in the West think that Japanese people are generally perverts.
Yeah, I mean, if this is what you got to go off of.
This is kind of like if you just showed any random scene of this to somebody else, they'd be like, oh, yeah, that explains it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got some titles. There's Clouds Over a City and a really jazzy MIDI. No, what was the thing that was like the step up over MIDI?
Mod, I think.
Mod, yes. Mod jazzy theme tune. Kind of like a
Super Nintendo, not a regular Nintendo.
What was the Super Nintendo racing game with like the hover cars?
F-Zero.
Yes, an F-Zero title.
The music in this show is bonkers at times.
It's, especially the last episode, it gets fucking insane. Yeah. So, we start off where some police officers enter a bar and there are a bunch of bodies. It's later revealed that this is a Chinese tea room rather than a bar, but whatever. And
I must have looked away or something because I totally did not catch when it cut from the I guess, main character's interaction with the boomer to the tea room. Like
that is part of one of my big problems with this series. They try to do quite a bit of your sort of narrative trickery remix, like thrown from flashback to flash forward type stuff. And I don't know if it's more clear if you like in the manga or if you've ingested X amount of Bubblegum Crisis, but in this
or maybe
show,
it's just harder to pull off an animation.
Might be. It doesn't help that the animation in this show is good, not great. Like it's pretty.
It's on the level with
it's Appleseed. I mean,
Appleseed. Yeah,
it's well before kind of the Ghost in the Shell revolution,
right.
where things get a little more detail and smoother, and there's more, differentiation between characters, which is a problem for this show sometimes. Yeah, it does a bunch of flash forward, flashback shit, and that does not help me enjoy it. Like it seems like they're trying to be clever, and it doesn't work. I mean, at least on me. So,
yeah. Well, it just confuses a dummy like me.
Yeah. I lose track of where the fuck we are and who is there.
Yeah.
So, a couple of cops enter this Chinese tea room, and then a knockoff Priss from Blade Runner kills them.
Yeah, I noticed that immediately too.
Yeah, it was, and that's fine. I mean,
yeah, that's especially Blade Runner hadn't achieved legend status, so it was still kind of cult at this point. So a little. Yeah. Blade Runner nod is cool.
Yeah. So then she walks outside and brutally kills a couple other cops. And then we hear from a loudspeaker, "Attention, the AD police will handle this. Regular police can fall back. Fall back."
I loved how they keep... You're just the regular police. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. You don't matter.
Oh, and by the way, the AD police is short for advanced police.
Oh, God. I was hoping it was something cool.
Nope. I was like, what does AD police stand for? Oh, just advanced police. Okay, sure. Fine. Whatever. So they have to like sever its fucking head to kill it. And the rookie AD police guy slips up a little bit. It kills a different AD police before the main character lady, whose name is Gina, wrestles it and rips its tit off. And then it's riddled with gunfire.
Yeah.
And then we go to the police locker room where the main character lady is cleaning up in the sink and then tries to fuck the rookie.
Because the sight of blood
gets her off.
She has the way it was worded was it's creepy.
Yeah, it's very clearly sexual compulsion.
Yeah.
Cool time.
The sight of blood means I have to have my way with a man, or I can't remember how it's worded, but it's silly.
Yeah, it was not great. And he's like, "No, you see, there's no way I can have sex with you because I was in this traumatic incident with another robot. That means my dick can't get hard if I'm thinking of robots, I guess."
And this is the point where Eric goes, "Oh, okay, those were different
flashback.
Scenes.
Yeah.
I get it."
That was the point where I put it together too.
Okay.
So then they're drinking at a bar later, and it turns out, because like a cop lawyer or something shows up, and it turns out that Alice, the cop that got killed taking down that robot, maybe got himself killed intentionally because he recently took out a huge insurance policy and he knew the boomer beforehand. All robots are called boomers. Don't ask us why. There's no answer.
Yeah. Also, real curious who keeps making these nigh indestructible robots that keep going crazy.
It's an interesting question that there is no answer to in this series.
Yeah.
So Gina, the main character lady, says, "No, that can't be true. I'm gonna investigate this." And the lawyer guy is like, "Okay, you have 6 hours." And this is intercut with a lady who I instantly thought of like, oh, this is another robot lady. keeping an eye on them and beating up some punks at the same bar they're in.
Yeah.
And then she like follows them. Apparently it's not obvious that she's a robot lady, even though all of the robot ladies in this series look the same.
Yeah, they really do. But there's also it's kind of like Alien Earth. There's robots, but there's also cyborgs.
Yes.
Who also have superhuman powers.
Yeah.
And Gina is she's got a cybernetic arm.
Yeah.
Which is pretty badass. Like, other than her weird sexual compulsion.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's a character I wouldn't mind following.
Yeah, I assumed when I watched it through the first time, like, oh, I bet this character goes through to the Bubblegum Crisis series. I don't think she actually does at all. Huh. Because just based on my faint memories of having seen, like, you know, trailers and commercials for Bubblegum Crisis 30 years ago, I was like, oh yeah, chicks in robot suits.
Yeah.
So I assumed it was her. No, it's the rookie guy. Anyway, so they go to investigate the boomer that killed Alice. They go to like a junk dealer and an illegal recycler, and they're getting followed by the lady the whole time. Gina goes to a fat guy in a basement who types really, really slowly.
Yeah, and plays with a little schoolgirl doll and is constantly looking up her skirt.
It's very normal and fine and not. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
fine.
Apparently, this guy is the fucking word on the street, and boomers. He says that some boomers go crazy when they use recycled parts from other boomers to build new boomers or modify existing boomers. It was a little unclear, especially they always get recycled because, well, the ones with sex organs or like, you know, robot pussies,
and cocks
or cocks are always recycled.
And we can assume buttholes.
Yeah. Are always recycled because those parts are so much more valuable than.
Yeah. Think how much more valuable a boomer is if you can fuck it.
Yeah. And that sets up kind of the entire series.
Robots you can fuck.
Yeah, robots you can fuck. But
the more that I start equating people's desire for robot servants and robot workforce as just a desire for slavery, the more twisted the idea of fuckable robots gets in my mind. That not necessarily for the robot's sake, because they are not sentient creatures, but for the people who would desire such a thing.
Yeah. Well, that kind of goes back to Companion a little bit, where
it does very much.
The technician guy is like, yeah, it's like those fucking sickos who torture them. I mean, like, yeah. So anyway, it turns out
we all just want slaves, don't we? That's what we all are just looking for. Whether they be work slaves or sex slaves.
I guess that is what we, as in some economically powerful amount of people, want. I will not include myself in that we at all.
I would like to just be excluded from that we as well.
Yeah. So anyway, when you recycle parts, there's the danger that the boomer will then become deranged, especially during sex.
Because all the hormones.
Yeah. So they go to a bunch of recyclers and do a bunch of investigating. It's like a slightly crappy version of the investigation scene in Ghost in the Shell, where they're kind of driving all over town.
Wasn't there one in Appleseed too? It felt,
yes, I think
there were some Appleseed similarities.
Yeah,
this feels like a Crapple-seed.
I don't disagree. I was in my mind as I was watching it like, oh, you could have done these plots with Bulieros and Appleseed very easily, and it would have. I think it would have been better executed. So their police car gets hacked. Like a new map shows up on their GPS with like some red dots, and they decide, well, I guess the best thing to do is to split up, because they immediately recognize we have been hacked. Mm-hmm. And someone is telling us to go to these locations. So let's split up and go to these locations, because that's not
and let's do it
suspicious.
alone.
Yeah. So, yeah, it turns out that the boomer that was following them has some of the parts from the boomer that the rookie killed in the flashback at the beginning.
She's crazed for sex.
And she is she's stalking him and starts fucking jorking it. And interior monologues about wanting him to kill her again and blow her tits off.
Yep.
And it's normal. I don't know, man. This series is all very normal. And then a separate recycler tries to kill Gina with a robot that is looking dead on a table, and then it fucking rises up and she blows it away. And then the one boomer attacks the rookie guy, and Gina kills it, by showing up at just the right time. And the insurance policy gets paid off. And then the end monologue is that I was thinking that maybe humans just don't belong here. That maybe this crazy town was better off with these mechanical dolls known as boomers. And that's the end of the episode.
Yay!
Okay. Episode 2, The Ripper, sometimes titled Paradise Loop.
Okay, this episode needs to be sued for false advertising because it's called The Ripper, and the thumbnail has this cool cyberpunk looking motherfucker who doesn't play any part in it other than as a background dude on Subway.
I have not seen this thumbnail, but I can imagine the dude you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. It was, I guess the ones on IMDb are different.
Yeah.
It was the thumbnail. Where did I watch? I watched it on Peacock. It's available on Peacock for free.
All right, good to know. So I assume it's the dude that kind of looks like the super cool dude from Cyber City 08008.
I think so. He had like weird goggle
mohawk
thing.
And goggles.
Yeah, mohawk. Yeah.
Anyway,
I saw that guy. I'm like, ooh, this episode could be cool. That guy had nothing to do with it.
No, almost zero to do with it. So we got a girl walking down an alley with some screaming cats, which is maybe my favorite part of the entire program. Just like alley cats yelling at shit.
Yeah, my dog loves it when cats do that on TV I'm watching.
Oh yeah,
she flips the fuck out.
There, with Penny, there is almost nothing that occurs on TV that can get her attention at all.
I'm so jealous of that.
It's very weird, and Gus was the same way. Like the only thing that Gus ever reacted to on TV, including God knows how many movies and TV shows that involved howling dogs or yowling cats, the only thing he ever reacted to was the weird fucking like fish alien guys in, I think it was The Mandalorian. So, I don't know what about it caught his attention, but he was rapt and upset.
Oh wow. Yeah, whenever cats appear on stage, that's when I have to distract the
quick
Hazel.
Yeah.
Like get her a treat or just force her to look the other direction because if she sees it, then it's game on.
Oh, interesting.
Anyway.
So then we see a character that is not in fact a boomer, but looks exactly like all the boomers we saw in the first episode, or boomer ladies.
Yeah, they all look very similar, and they all have those cool macho man shades.
Yeah. She's got sunglasses on, and she's following the girl down the alley. And then
you see this girl, and you're like, surely this is a full-grown woman.
Yeah, obviously. And they entered a graffitied subway station and then get on a train. There's also graffitied, and you're like, wow, that doesn't seem much like Tokyo. And
this is a shithole train. This is like a New York train.
And later it's explained that this line kept running by magic? I don't know. Unclear. Even after the mega hyper rail came in. Basically,
I think this is a cool concept. I think it's something you could see in like a Shadowrun or a Cities Without Number type of situation. This train that's like just got, I don't know, maybe it's AI, maybe it's robots that just keep it running indefinitely, and it's just where all the really bad, burned out people go.
Yeah, it's just kind of a no man's land.
Yeah. And it's mobile, which makes it kind of fun, and that's got some legs.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. I think that concept is cool.
Unfortunately, with this, it just kind of becomes the rape train.
Yeah, it's not great. So then the boomer lady kills the sex worker after asking her, how much? And she says, I don't know, depends on what you want. And then, how old? I'm 14, but what's that matter? And then she kills her.
Yeah. Why you gotta tell us that she's 14 before you got her?
Yeah. So then we cut to 2 normal cop ladies, not AD police.
No, the regular police.
Yes, regular police, normal police.
The Dollar General police.
Yeah. And one of these cop ladies has some sort of eye trouble, like her eye hurts.
Yeah.
This is going to keep coming back through the episode. The other one says, well, why don't you go to the organ bank? They'll change it out in like 5 minutes.
Swap it out. You'll be right back to work the same day.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
So we get a little background on the Paradise Loop, which is what this is called, and it means prostitution and drugs. The main character, cop girl, Iris, has never been on the Paradise Loop before.
She can't imagine why anybody would go there.
Yeah.
Check your privilege, cop lady.
Yeah.
Who looks younger than the 14-year-old who was murdered earlier.
It's, I think, like, I tried to kind of make sense of this character in terms of, like, okay, so if we were breaking down something with a little more meat on its bones, like a novel or a movie or something like that, I think this character and what she says and does throughout the episode is seriously trying to invoke, like, this is a girl who's been sheltered all her life and she's never been allowed to be wild, but now she can, now she's seeing the other side of the tracks, metaphorically.
Or actually
the
tracks. She's seeing the tracks.
And opening her up to visceral experiences, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't really work because the show doesn't have the space for it, and it just doesn't quite make sense because we get into this episode's plot is weird. So the sex worker was apparently done Jack the Ripper style in terms of removing in female organs, as it says repeatedly. And the AD police want to take over the investigation because it was because it's like a boomer would do it ? And she's the 6th victim.
They don't really why they think it's a boomer.
There's a line of explanation about there are 6 victims and they're all totally different, but done in the exact same way. That's like a boomer would do it or something.
All right, sure.
I don't know. It didn't make sense. But Iris disagrees. She thinks that the killings have a motive in hatred or rage, which means it's human, because boomers don't kill out of emotion. And also is possibly a human woman because the murderer hates women.
Yeah.
I don't know. The logic there is a little hard for me to follow. I am generously assuming there is some translation difference going on.
Well, it's kind of hard to follow the motives of the killer too once you figure out what they are.
Yeah. So then we see a cool scene of the AD police killing some heavily cybered executive-looking dude, where he fucking dives off a building and then floats around and shoots some people. I
will say compliments to AD police. I mean, it's kind of hard to give it a compliment, except for you got to remember this existed in 1990. Like the cyber tech that they show is cool. The world they built is pretty neat looking. I got no problem with the world building, but once again, how much of that is AD police and how much of that does Bubblegum Crisis get credit for? So I don't know. Not trying to completely shit on it. It is very cyberpunk looking. It is undeniably cool in cyberpunk.
There's a bunch of very cyberpunk looking stuff. I don't know. We'll get to it to the end of the series, but I don't know. It's a weird balance of cyberpunk versus just general sci-fi. Let's kill robots shit.
Mm-hmm. And fuck.
And fuck the robots. We gotta fuck the robots.
Gotta fuck them.
Anyway, this heavily cyber executive looking dude has a business card for the Cybernetics Bank of Tokyo, which is certainly not important. And it's at this point that we're introduced again to Leon, the rookie in the first episode. I believe this is the first time he gets a name.
Yeah. In fact, it took me a second to realize they were the same guy.
Yeah.
I feel like they're drawn differently.
Like I said, this is clearly in a pre-Ghost in the Shell animation where it seems like the only differentiation between characters is hair color beyond like gender. So you got to be paying attention because they look the same, which sounds racist when I say it.
I mean, they're drawings.
Yeah.
I will say, as a concept, I like the idea of these two characters that are in every episode but aren't really the main focus of the episode. I kind of like when shows do that. Shit kind of happening around them and they float in and out of the episode. That's cool.
Yeah. So he and Gina go to the Cybernetics Bank of Tokyo, and at the same time, Iris is going there to get a quote for an eye replacement. Iris,
gotta get 3 bids. Always take the middle one.
Eye replacement.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah. And he just grabs her and yanks her into an empty room, and says that she shouldn't because she'll lose a piece of her humanity.
Her essence, one might say.
Yes, her essence. I think what's an eye? 0.1 just for a straight replacement?
Pretty small, yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty small.
So
if you start adding stuff on there like a smart link and thermal image and magnification, then you're bumping it up.
Yeah. So he says she shouldn't, but she goes ahead and consults with the doctor, and the doctor's like, "Yeah, it'll be great. It's easy. We pull your eye out, we stick another one in, you can do all sorts of shit, whatever."
I actually liked how the doctor was very much like I would assume a lot of plastic surgery esthetician doctors are these days, where he's like, I mean, it might get better, but on the off chance it doesn't, you could just get a new eye right now and never have to worry about it again.
Yeah, it's business. And while she's in this meeting with the doctor in the next office over, which is an annoying way to do a theoretical mystery story, like just the totally coincidental. Wow, a woman happened to be in the office next door. This woman
gotta get it done in 20 minutes, Josh.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. She overhears a woman in an office next door screaming at a surgeon about how she wants her real female organs back, and you're like, okay, sure. And then we do a bunch of following on the street stuff. And this is the point at which I noticed, and it gets more in the third and last episode.
Don't they have a weird encounter in the hallway too, where
they
some lesbian undertones going on?
That especially jumps up at the beginning of the third act of the episode, where we see some little intercuts of what I assume are manga pages, where in this instance they're done kind of a watercolory looking style, and it just she's walking down a hall and then it freeze frames and it's her freeze framed in a slightly different watercolory art style for a second, and then it moves on. And that really jumps up in the third episode. So she suspects this woman who was acting weird, who was like, I bet you heard everything. And Iris is like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And I don't know. This gets confused. This is not an elegant construction.
No. Well, why is Iris so obsessed with this lady and with the case to begin with? I mean, I guess the case, she's a young detective trying to make her mark, but
sure,
the lady, why? You know what this reminds me of? Another show we watched, that HBO cartoon where it had the young lady detective who was chasing a guy.
The Ralph Bakshi.
Yeah,
one.
like I saw that pop up on our list of things we'd covered, and I'd completely forgotten what that was.
Me too.
It's so forgettable.
Not remember the name. It's not Cool World.
No. Anyway, one of the stories in that was very similar to this. Now that I'm thinking about it,
and also, so then after we depart the organ bank or cybernetics bank of Tokyo, the cops follow the screaming woman. Leon had told Iris, like, no, they'll take out your organs, replace them with mechanical, and then they sell your parts on to rich people who just want a fresh organ or something, which is theoretically sort of a subplot, but not really.
It could be. It could have been a good main plot.
It could have been, yeah. So then, for some reason, the cops decide they need to follow the AD police. Jesus Christ. Having two separate police forces is not helpful.
Very easy, Josh. There's the AD police, and then there's the shitty fucking normie loser
garbage trash
police.
Cops.
Yes.
Yeah. So they follow the woman who was doing the screaming into the area where the Paradise Loop is under. And then we cut to another victim has been slashed like the Ripper. Great. They do some off-camera research.
Did you skip the unnecessary upskirt shot as they were standing above the Paradise Loop?
I skipped talking about it.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, this is definitely a sexually normal series.
Very normal.
So it turns out that the screaming woman is named Carolyn Evers, Evers, according to the subs. On the screen, like on the screen graphics, it's Ebarce.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
which is pretty funny. And there's some pretty funny. All the on-screen text is in English, and I think it was like that in the anime, like originally. I don't think they changed that for the American release, and a lot of it's very slightly off, like English. Like in the next one, we'll see a whole bunch of POV shots that say in the upper right hand corner, front reflection.
Oh God.
So, yeah, it's cool. Yeah. So anyway, this woman is the president of a cereal company. She's been married 6 months. Her husband is unemployed and just because he didn't show up for work for a long time. And she had an operation 5 years ago. Almost the whole lower half of her body was modified. Bum, bum, bum. All her female organs. So this is definitely not a clue at all. So they're going to stake her out, Iris and her partner. So Iris's partner goes to a clothing sale just to get her out of the way because, ladies love shopping.
Ladies love shopping. I do like Iris's partner. She's just kind of chilling.
She's reasonable about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Caroline is looking down from the skyscraper at their car, starts writhing, says, no, and then jerks it on the floor.
Happens.
Again, totally normal cartoon. This is fine.
It looked like she was getting like phantom banged by her organs. Like, you know how like when you cut your arm off, you can still feel your arm sometimes? I feel like that's what was happening.
I mean, sure. Why not? Phantom limb syndrome except for
phantom,
pussy.
Phantom poon.
Yeah. So
it's good.
Yeah. She leaves the building. Iris follows her down into the subway tunnels, and then Caroline grabs her and then explains that she's the killer, basically. Because I wrote this down. She was like...
They actually have the full quote on IMDb.
Oh, do they? Okay, I was looking for quotes, and I apparently didn't look at this episode.
I could read it, but it's not short.
My summary isn't short either. 6 of one, half dozen the other. Go for it.
Still curious to know, huh? Then I'll tell you. A few years ago, I applied for a job in a company. I was shortlisted with a man, but I was better qualified in every way. Smarter, better educated, and worked twice as hard. But he got the job. Do you know why? Put together a medical profile on women's menstrual cycles. He presented so-called evidence that some women behaved irrationally during their periods and persuaded the president that I wouldn't be able to work efficiently during these times. Do you know what I did? I got the doctors to remove all my internal organs and made me that made me female. Everything was replaced by asexual cybernetic machinery, and it worked. I became successful. But I still wanted revenge against the man who betrayed me. I still had the only thing most men want in you, and used that to trap him into marrying me so I could make his life hell. But it didn't work out as I planned because I actually fell in love with him, and I forgot the reason I had married him. But then he began to be unfaithful to me, and even came to Paradise Loop to have sex with prostitutes here. He told me that real women were better than cybernetic monster I had become.
That is interesting because
That is not what I heard now that I'm reading it out loud.
it is different from what because I watched both the dubbed and the subtitle, like dubbed with subtitles at the same time, and they're always slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
And that is neither of them.
No,
Like,
it's not what I heard in the dubbed that I listened to.
It's not a million miles off, but it is different.
It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah,
Everything about that story is fucked up.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. Yeah. The version I heard and read is the guy made a chart showing her productivity, very specifically dropping when she was on her period, which of course leads the audience, or at least me, to the question of how did this guy know she was on her fucking period? Whatever.
Stalking in the bathroom, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. And then she, like, what you read implies that she entrapped this guy into coming to work for her.
Right.
But in the subtitles and dubs, it was, he then came to me looking for a job after I got my own company.
You're right.
Yeah.
This is wrong. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
IMDb wouldn't lie to us.
Yeah. But anyway, so
It's
yeah.
just funny that he cheated on her because robot sex just ain't as good, even though that's what this whole fucking show is about. It's just not as good. Got to go get the real thing from 14-year-olds, apparently.
And since then, she gets cramps in that area, and killing helps.
Yeah, killing helps.
And at this point, she doesn't know if she's human or a boomer. Bum, bum,
Oh, no.
So then the AD police show up, and she runs off. And the AD police are like, she's a boomeroid. She's 69% cybernetic.
Boomeroid, man. You got to go to the doctor if you got boomeroids.
And then they have a real confused dialogue of, actually, boomeroids are 70% cybernetic, but see, she's going to be the test, because she's 69%, she's going to be the test case to change the law to make more people boomeroids.
I don't know.
I don't know. And then also you have to completely ignore this for the next episode. Like, you have to pretend this stuff didn't happen and this law isn't a thing.
And I will.
Yeah. So everybody runs off into the subways. We do some fucking shooting. Iris thinks that Caroline is still a human. Regardless, Caroline makes it into the subway car, finds the punks.
She's like, well,
we had seen earlier, and starts coming.
It's time to run a train on a train.
Yeah, and then the AD police intentionally wreck said subway train.
It's pretty cool tech.
Multiple people on it. Like, I mean, we assume
they're junkies. They don't matter.
Yeah. And it kills everybody. And then Iris gets her eye replaced, and that's what passes for a moral to the story.
I don't know.
It is definitely an episode of television I watched. This is one of the most episodes of television I have ever watched.
I don't know what the eye replacement means. Apparently, she came down on the.
She decides, fuck it, we roll. Yeah,
it was like in tribute to the dead, horny cyborg killer. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Let's move on.
Yeah. Okay. So episode 3, the man who bites his tongue.
Okay, the man who bites his tongue is a cool title. It's a cool concept. If a guy is only a brain and a tongue and he bites his tongue to remind himself that he's alive, pretty neat.
And it is immediately undercut by the opening of the episode, where it's a bunch of black and white stills moving around slightly like a Ken Burnsy type thing, with this very jaunty,
very happy
MIDI music.
But the scenes get progressively worse, and like he's on a gurney.
Like it starts out,
dying.
he's just a guy in front of a tree. It's like, handsome guy in front of a tree. And then it's like, oh, he's joining the police. And oh, he's boxing. And then he's getting ripped apart by robots and is on a gurney.
It's all like to carnival music.
Yeah, it's weird. Anyway, this guy's name is Billy. And he is now a cyborg with only his tongue and brain being meat, which certainly seems like less than, 30% of him.
Big tongue, dude.
That we established in the last episode was apparently the borderline. It doesn't matter. So he gets turned into fucking RoboCop. And they roll him out to fight a brand new type of boomer, which also is a little confusing in terms of what they actually say in the episode. Oh, this is a new type of boomer. So we release Billy on him, and then Billy tears this fucking boomer apart. And then
stop making boomers.
Half a scene later, they're like, it shouldn't have taken you long to kill that old boomer.
Okay, I didn't catch that. But that's funny.
Yeah, like that shouldn't have been hard for you at all. You should have done that much faster. Like, okay, I don't know, man. Anyway, he's being shipped out with the AD police in a fucking drop ship of some sort, helicopter. And they're like, Billy, he's, he needs mechanical repairs, not healing.
Used to hearing the name Billy.
It gets said a lot.
So much.
It's a really interesting contrast to the first episode where we literally never learned the rookie's name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe they learned a lesson. I'm not sure.
Be sure to say Billy 3 times per sentence.
Yeah. So yeah, he kills this fucking robot, and there's a little bit of voiceover, especially once he's killed the robot and then goes back to his RoboCop chair.
Yeah.
Because he sits in a chair at the end of a fucking metal hallway, exactly like RoboCop. And he talks about how only my brain and my tongue are meat anymore. And I bite my tongue to remind me that I'm alive because my brain just gets signals from a computer, not sensations.
Yeah.
And
now we know that I'm a fan of the too much cyber tech, losing your humanity idea.
Man. Yeah.
The Hatchet Man. Yeah. I love that. And I think this starts to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I give this one a little credit. I mean, I know, it's clearly a RoboCop ripoff, but I do like that concept. And I even don't hate the concept of like his handler lady who's like sexually obsessed with him. Like, I think that could be a cool, like, psychosexual thing if it was done better.
Yeah. I think this episode is an interesting reimagining, kind of what if RoboCop was the villain? I don't have an inherent problem with that at all, or even, what you said, the psychosexual thing, although it repeatedly refers to her as his mother, which is
even weirder.
A little weird.
A little hotter. They were ahead of their time, man. Like, he's getting caught in the dryer.
Here's the thing. I actually thought of this when we took our break. Here's the difference between this and Aeon Flux in terms of relative horniness. Okay, number one, Aeon Flux, the whole point was horniness.
Yeah.
But
which is actually an important distinction.
Yeah. But in Aeon Flux, the horniness was the point, and the horniness was interesting. It was Eon and Trevor are sexually obsessed with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And that is to some extent driving the plot in terms of how much plot Aeon Flux had at any given point. In this, it is totally incidental and seems just like, well, I guess we'd better show a cartoon in underwear.
They love showing that lingerie. Am garters.
Yeah, they really did. And it's kind of incidental to the whole thing. You could have, I am a million ways away. I am a million miles away from the Gen Z sex scenes never serve any purpose.
Oh, yeah. We're not prudes. I've been thinking of that too. Like, we can handle a sex scene. Give it to us. These just aren't compelling or interesting.
Yeah, they aren't valuable
or even that
in any
hot,
way,
really.
or that hot. Yeah, it's weird. So yeah,
it's like looking at a Victoria's Secret catalog. Like, yeah, those are women's bodies, but that's it. They're simply there.
Yeah, works great if you're fucking 12. But in terms of something that I want to watch, that doesn't cover it. So he gets chewed out for taking too long, and because he's been losing concentration. And there are two scientists mainly here. There's a male one and a female one. And the male scientist says, well, he's been losing concentration. Maybe we should wipe his memory. And the female one says, no, we just need to keep him going until this science conference. And I don't think it's ever specified. The science conference when he's going to be made really public. And then we can let him die in the line of duty. That doesn't come up until like 2/3 of the way through the episode. But that's her motivation through the whole thing.
Yeah.
So
kind of similar to the Alien Earth thing, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So then we see some flashbacks of Billy, the robot, now sitting in his chair. We see flashbacks of him dying and fucking when he was alive. And we cut to Gina and Leon talking in a bar. And she and Billy used to date/live together? Question mark?
Yeah.
And
she likes Billy. She has a soft spot for Billy.
Yeah, and
she was probably in those pictures in the beginning. If we looked closely, I don't know. Everything kind of looks the same.
I
assumed once I started hearing her story.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody looks the same. She is worried about becoming like him due to her cyber arm, as we've established in previous episodes.
Yeah.
Because Billy is becoming seemingly less and less human, because after the first kill, she was like, hey, Billy, how are you? And he was just like stalking away with a fucking robot head in his arms.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, what happens to the soul in a body that's mechanical? So there's our thesis for the episode, I guess. So we cut to the lab. The female scientist undresses, treats robots like objects. Dude. Grinds and tongue kisses him.
Yeah. Now, this was, of the sex scenes in the show, or the sexual, this one comes closest to having a point and being a little hot, for lack of a better term.
Closest to, but does not achieve it.
Well, because you know that his tongue is the only thing that's working, and they spend some Eon Flux moments making sure you see that. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know, at least something's happening. It's not just a lady in lingerie.
Yeah, and she's grinding on his leg, and then
because he doesn't have a cock. They should have left him a cock.
Yeah, they really should have, or given him a robot cock.
Yeah,
I mean,
RoboCop.
So then,
I assume.
I don't think he does, actually.
Damn it.
Yeah,
he shoots off many of them.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, best video on the internet. Just RoboCop shooting cocks. It's like 5 minutes long.
I think we shouted it out on a RoboCop episode, but go watch it again.
Yeah, go watch it again. So then we cut to Billy murking another fucking boomer. Gina is worried about him getting more and more aggressive, which is an interesting contrast to what the scientists are saying, where they're like, he's taking too long. He's too slow at this. You would think being more aggressive would make him faster at it.
Yeah.
Whatever. Not important.
Maybe he's enjoying it. No, he's not enjoying anything. He's just,
yeah. So we cut to the lab, and Billy is raging because the lady won't give him more drugs or send him out to kill.
You know what?
Another mission.
Seeing as this is our Halloween episode, I feel it's important to say whenever you mention the lab that I was working in the lab.
It is a huge disappointment that is not on Spotify.
Yes. Happy Halloween, everybody. That's all you're going to get.
Happy Halloween.
Last year we picked something special. This year we forgot. So sorry.
Yeah, I truly did not realize we were quite this late in the month until 2 days ago. Yeah, good times. So, we cut to the lab and Billy's raging in his chair because the lady won't give him more drugs. And then he sits and has a psychotic break.
Yeah.
Or at least the cartoon equivalent of a psychotic break, where you see like bugs crawling under his metal skin and like, I don't know, levitating metal pieces stabbing his brain.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool sequence.
Yeah.
Like just in, and then we cut to a drug dealer.
Oh boy.
Which is unclear immediately. Because he answers the phone like, I don't know, Tokyo Book Bank or something like that.
Yeah, it's a book on cassette dealer, I believe is.
Yeah, I think that's the idea. And it is very clearly an Amos and Andy blackface caricature.
Bad.
It's uncomfortable. like
I know 1990 times were different. They weren't this different.
And it is played very seriously. Or at least not, it is not played as a joke at all, as opposed to, say, like the 30 Rock episode that has John Hamm in blackface with Tracy Morgan mocking the concept of white guys being in blackface.
No, this is clearly like it's a black guy in Tokyo.
Yeah. And he acts out some pretty horrible stereotypes.
Yeah.
So anyway, this weirdly, this black guy is a drug dealer. And he says, "Oh, you need more drugs? Well, you got to be careful. You're going to trash your brain." And we're like, what the fuck does this have to do with anything? And then we cut to the scientist talking, can Billy function without the drugs? And this is when we get the little thing about how, after this, all he needs to do is survive until the science conference, and then we can let him die in the line of duty. Like, we'll roll out another generation after that. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
And we see Billy observing them through thermal vision through the walls.
Yeah.
And this leads to, shockingly, another point of weirdness in terms of this show where, so they are giving him drugs, but also he is getting other drugs?
Unclear.
Is that right? I think that's how
she's like drip feeding him just enough to keep him from losing his mind. And then I think he
is getting secret book on tape drugs.
Yeah.
It needed a little more space.
I want to listen to a cassette, he says at one point, which is weird.
And then jams a fucking auto injector under his tongue. Wasn't
part of the Hatchet Man cyber zombie stories that they had to take drugs too?
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. So then Gina goes to her boss, a guy who is very coolly named Die Orc.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. There are some, I do like what some of the animes do with names that are not even slightly Japanese. They just throw syllables at a wall to see what works. I think it's supposed to theoretically be Dirk or Dirk, but it's Die Orc. So Gina talks to him about, like, I don't know, Billy seems to be getting crazy. He doesn't seem like Billy anymore. And then she's going to go to the lab, which late is also on, late one night. And she sees Frankenstein wolfing down Wolfman's balls.
Yes. There's a reference for one person I've been waiting for.
Yeah.
Which is probably me, honestly.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what we do this. That's what we do this goddamn job for, man. So, she goes to, like, it's okay. I don't want to get into geography on this show again, because it seems like, I feel like sometimes that's all I do.
Yeah.
So it turns out that the lab is in the same, like, large skyscraper that's never been established before that says AD police down the side of it.
Okay.
So she goes into the lobby, I guess, and is going to go visit the lab, even though you would think with a AD police badge, she would be able to get past the lobby.
Mm-hmm.
She meets the blackface drug dealer.
Who was just grossly hitting on the secretary.
Yeah, and it turns out that the books on tape that Billy is getting delivered are in fact full of drugs. And she's like, oh shit. And then we cut to Billy having a continued psychotic break. I think this is what is happening, because it becomes confusing again in terms of the timeline, because he is either hallucinating the science conference where he goes public, or that happened sometime between other scenes we saw.
I don't remember that. I might have blacked out.
He's like on a stage standing there, and somebody's introducing him and says that, and this is Dr. Blah, 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 his mother. And it's the female scientist lady.
Who fucks him?
I think it is supposed to be a hallucination of this conference, after which they will allow him to die in the line of duty.
Okay, yeah. He's looking forward to dying.
He's really looking forward to dying. And then the lady scientist...
Which, relatable.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is.
Oh, high-tech life gets dark.
Yeah, you're not wrong. If I can get off this fucking Ferris wheel. So the lady scientist goes into his room and says, "You're all I have," and he yells, "Drugs!" and crushes her skull.
Once again, relatable.
Yes. And yeah, crushes her skull against a wall and breaks violently out of the lab.
Yeah.
And then he takes the elevator to the basement, where suddenly all of the AD police are. And there is a firefight. And this is where we get some cool intercuts of the manga art, kind of like we had in the last episode, where it's just like a freeze frame for 2 seconds of the creepy fucking cyborg RoboCop guy laying waste.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And
if I remember right, the music was weird in this part too, or
yeah, it was, and there was voiceover where he's saying, "Who are these people? They're all so weak. Kill me!" And he beats up a bunch of people and runs off, and then Gina's chasing her on her own, and he's about to fucking kill Leon when she arrives with a huge gun, and he does some more. I can't tell if it's voiceover or out loud, like in the context of the show, and he's like, "Blow my fucking brains out. I don't understand anymore who I am or what I'm doing. Give me pain. I'm human. Shoot my tongue." And she does so.
She does. She's a good friend.
Yeah.
When your friend asks you to shoot them in the tongue, you do it.
Yeah, you do it. And then we get a little more of her existential crisis with Leon, where she says, "Am I going to die like this too?" And like clasps her cyber arm. Bum, bum, bum. And then...
I feel like if you just stop with the cyber arm, you're probably good.
Yeah, probably. Then we cut to Billy's funeral. And it's beautiful and in a park. And then Gina says, "In the end, he was just a 2-time loser." And then doves fly, and we see some overview of the park. And then we cut to RoboCop chair with blood all over the walls because he smashed that lady's brains.
Yeah.
And then the black and white still of him against the tree from the beginning, and weirdly jaunty music again. End of series.
He was kind of like, I liked the 2-time loser line because he was like, he fucked up twice.
It's not an inaccurate description. It is kind of weird when you consider that Gina spent the whole episode going like, "Billy, why isn't he more human?" And like, she almost didn't shoot him out of mercy, etc., etc.
Well, it could have been a lost in translation thing instead of.
I assume that is, yeah. I assume that's a matter of not metaphor, because metaphor's dead.
We've established that.
Yeah. I assume that's a matter of two-time loser means something in English specific that it does not literally necessarily mean.
Yeah. He lost
And-
twice. I mean, he died twice.
Yeah.
That was
Anyway,
that.
that's that show.
I do think that story in particular had some potential. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously it had a lot of potential. It was turned into a hit movie, RoboCop.
5 years before this came out.
But even if, like, I don't even think he would have had to have been a cop. He could have been anything.
Yeah, this one is the one that, like, sure, I could totally see this being like this concept being expanded to a whole movie.
Yeah.
As it stands, it was a suboptimal 21 minutes of television.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the best episode,
I agree.
but it still wasn't great because, I don't know, it just because AD Police ain't that great.
It's just not that great. It's not great animation. It's not great writing. And what is great seems like was just taken from Bubblegum Crisis
Yeah.
in the world building. Well, should we rate it?
Sure. Yeah.
It's hard to rate an anthology. Like, it's technically an anthology. I don't know what you would call it.
Yeah, it's anthology-ish. I mean,
story, because there are multiple different stories. I guess we just kind of average them. I think the first story was not much of a story at all. It was just an introduction of the world.
just stuff happens.
The second one was a bad story that didn't make sense, and the third one was starting to get into passable story territory. So 3.
Yeah, I was gonna give it a charitable 4.
I can go 4.
You know, if I'm sending my mind back to 1990.
Yeah, and it's important. Like, a lot. I mean, we're giving it a lot of grace with the Lost in Translation card, but I mean, I gotta assume some of it was.
Oh, hey, I don't know why that reminded me, but there was one person in this, Gina, the Gina voice in the English dub, which I don't know if you watched that or
I did.
subs. Yeah, the Gina voice was the stepmother of the main character in Labyrinth. So obviously that's exciting to some people.
Shelley Thompson?
Yes, and she was in 85 episodes or something like that of Trailer Park Boys.
Oh.
She is Barbara or something.
She's the.
Like that. Is that right?
She's Mr. Leahy's ex-wife, I think.
Yeah, never seen it. Don't know about it.
I'm saying it for those who have, because it's a fantastic show.
Yeah.
Better than Letterkenny. I'll stand on that business.
Okay.
Any Canadian TV fans want to come at me. Interesting. Now I'm going to imagine her talking about how just the sight of blood makes her have to fuck a dude.
Yeah, it's going to be hot.
Influence of AD Police.
I don't know,
I think
man.
there's probably some arguments for Bubblegum Crisis influence, but
yeah, I assume like probably a fair amount between this and Bubblegum Crisis, but just not a fucking world that I am familiar enough with, and I'm not confident in my ability to extrapolate. I guess.
I'm not either, and I can't think of anything.
Let's go somewhere between 2 and 9.
Yeah, I think I'll just hit it with a 3 because I don't know.
Yeah, I think that seems fair.
With an asterisk.
Yeah.
Don't know.
It's a truly have no idea.
Prescience. Let's talk about the dystopia of AD Police. Is it a dystopia? It's not really established. Kind of is.
Well, based on the monologue at the end of the first episode, which is never repeated, yes, apparently it's a dystopia that should be left to the boomers.
Right. And there are rich people getting fat off of poor people's organs, which is...
And yeah, the organ bank stuff is not insane.
I don't think we're anywhere near that happening.
I think Elon Musk would be more than happy to make a robot cop with just a tongue.
Yeah. He'd also be happy to fuck that robot. I don't know. Does Elon
I don't
fuck
think his
anything
dick
that
is hard.
can't give him babies? Like, it seems he's more interested in getting babies than...
Based on things I've heard.
All right, I think we talked about this. This
yeah,
is
his dick will
alleged.
work.
Alleged alert.
Allegedly.
Alleged alert.
Allegedly, his dick doesn't work.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
For him.
Because he tried to get dick enlargement surgery and it
Also,
failed.
dick alert. Different kind of dick alert.
Dick alert. Dick alert.
Philip K. Dick should not be associated with this conversation.
No.
So, it's definitely dystopian. Definitely a lot of cops. A lot of cops.
A lot of cops. Yeah, it's
I'm gonna give it a 6.
Yeah, I think that's probably pretty fair. I don't know.
I mean, right now we have the regular
cops.
police and we have
And
the AD police, ICE, which can just do whatever the fuck they want, apparently.
okay, you sold me. You sold me on 6. Yeah, I was trying to do the mental math of, and also carry through the mental math that I suddenly realized, like, man, a lot of this anime that we've seen that is theoretically cyberpunk is like Ghost in the Shell, Appleseed. This, it's all fucking cop based shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like Akira is not cop based.
What was the Cyber City 080808?
Those were
they were forced to be
sort
cops,
of, yeah.
but they were anti-cop in their hearts.
Yeah, so it's really like, I don't know. I'm not going to start a fucking sociological or anthropological study, but boy, it seems like manga / anime creators are really assuming a police state in the future, just in general.
Yeah, it does kind of seem that way. And, well, the predictions seem to be coming true.
Not incorrect.
Style. I think it has some. I don't think it's as stylish as any of the other anime we watched.
Yeah, I mean, what did we give? Oh wait.
How far back was that? That was quite a ways back, right?
It's got to be at least 30 episodes, probably.
Appleseed, we gave an 8, 9, and 8.5. I'm not seeing Cyber City on here. I know it's on here, but I don't want to spend all... Oh, there it is. We both gave it an 8. And I think... I was going to say 7, so I think 7's...
I'll go like 7.5, because some of the... Like, especially in that last episode, I really did not like the tongue in the metal skull thing. Which, so...
But you didn't like it in a they shouldn't have made that, or in a this is off-putting in a way it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, this is a very effective way to do this.
I really liked the Paradise Train, all the fucking weirdos on that train. I thought that was cool. And
in the all of 3 seconds we got to see of them. Yeah.
So it definitely had some cool shit.
Yeah.
1 to 5 hand raisers. How did you feel about AD Police?
I'm sorry to hurt your feelings, Dolphin, but I really feel like 2.5 is stretching it.
Yeah, I was going to say 2. I can't.
Yeah.
Give
I feel like it's really maybe 2.25 in my heart, but because we had a person harassing us for it for months.
Never want to shit on something somebody likes, but this did not hit for me. Watching, I'm like, this didn't hit for Josh. I know already. There's too much incompetence at play here for Josh.
Like, just I don't know. It's sadly, I am unable to rewrite the creative works of the past.
Well, here's the thing:
tell them to fix their shit.
We have something to compare it to in Cyber City 080808, which is the same concept in almost the same world with 3 separate episodes, and we loved that shit. And what was the difference between the two? That one was competently made and written,
and cooler.
Yeah, and like maybe that's the sexual stuff shouldn't be that big of a turnoff for a show, but it's shoehorned in. It's weird. It's gross. This is like a movie made by teen boys for teen boys, and I'm not a teen boy anymore.
Yeah, I repeatedly, while I was watching the show, thought, what would it have been like had I run into this at the same time I ran into Appleseed?
Right. I was thinking that too.
And, I mean, I don't know, because obviously, time changes us all.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Like I said earlier in the episode, the presence of fucking tits or a hot woman is not going to sell me on a movie.
All right. Sorry, Dolphin. Not fans here. But
yeah,
don't let that stop you from recommending more, because we love getting recommendos, because it means we have to think less about what we're going to do next.
Just please do not recommend the same thing over and over again every night for a month.
Apparently it works.
I'm going to come out right now and say it's not going to work again. Not after this failure.
That's true. You did set the bar. Yeah. All right. Next week we have decided. What's the name of that thing we decided on?
Sleep Dealer.
The Sleep Dealer. Just Sleep Dealer. No, the.
Yes.
It is we believe, Mexican film.
Yes. IMDb lists it as American, but it seems by all other indications to be Mexican.
Yeah. And it's available for rent on YouTube and Apple TV.
Yeah.
And then
it's 2008
are out there as well.
Yeah, it's 2008. The near future, like tomorrow. In a world marked by closed borders, corporate warriors, and a global computer network, 3 strangers risk their lives to connect, break through the barriers of technology, and unseal their fates.
Could be extremely prescient. We're going to see how it works out. Unvetted, so
yeah,
grain of salt, this one.
Yeah, I have, as far as I can tell, I have never seen anything that the director has ever done before.
I have seen it highly recommended in cyberpunk circles. But who knows about outside of those? So
yeah.
I am looking forward to
Tenoch Huerta was in that. He was fucking Namor the Submariner in the second Black Panther movie.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, he's a good performer. I like him.
Anyway, that's next week. In the meantime, check us out on social media. But pretty much Bluesky is the only one we're rocking, because we are shit libs.
I suppose we probably are. I suppose that's not like I really. Here's something that I've never brought up on the show before that has been sitting in my brain for 7 years. I really don't like a number of the people who have taken on the title of the dirtbag left.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's what I am, but I don't like those fucking guys.
What's an example?
Cumtown.
Oh, yeah. I kind of like Stavros. He's kind of funny.
Stavi's not bad. He was.
I don't know any of the others.
Yeah, but those guys in that circle, and I really feel like that's a good descriptor for myself.
Yeah, it is.
But I don't want to be fucking associated with that circle.
Let's make up a new.
Yeah,
we could. Astronomica would probably go in on this with us. We can make up a new circle name. We just got to come up with something good.
Yeah. All right.
Get at us, listeners.
Yeah, come on the Discord.
Yeah, the Discord, which, by the way, which you can find at it is Astronomica's Discord, astronomicapodcast.com. They have a Discord link. We have a high-tech, low-life channel in there. You don't have to talk to the rest of them if you're not into Astronomica, but we don't want to set one up.
Yeah, you'll get a welcome message. That'll happen, and a bunch of people will bombard you with turnips.
Yeah.
But you never have to respond to them, literally. You can just come to our channel, though we recommend the rest of the Discord as well.
Yeah, they're good folks. Just if you've been holding off on joining because of that, you don't have to. You can just hang out in the High Tech Low Life channel. And you can shut off notifications for all the other ones. And, we also should plug our Patreon, even though we have been incredibly lax at updating it, which is bad because people are paying money to be on there, and we appreciate those people.
Let's do something in the next week.
Yeah, I got time this week, actually.
Okay, good. We'll figure it out. Look forward to a surprise.
Patreon.com/hightechlowlife. Also, if you want to send us an email, it's hightechlowlifepodcast@gmail.com.
Hey, you didn't fuck it up this time.
Nope, nailed it.
Nailed it. Good job.
Oh, God, there are so many terrible quotes from AD Police that every time I heard one, I'm like, oh, I hope Josh closes with that. Tell me you picked something to close this episode with.
I kill men who can't satisfy me.
That'll work. Bye.
Bye.
This has been the High Tech Low Life podcast. Find us on Bluesky at High Tech Low Life. Email us at hightechlowlifepodcast@gmail.com and find us on Patreon at patreon.com/hightechlowlife. Theme music by Nihilor at nihilor.com. Thank you for listening.
Keep it moving. Come on, what are you waiting on? Let's go.
They're trashing our rights, man! They're trashing the fluid data! They're trashing! Hide the planet! Hide the planet!
Shut up and get in the car.